Tell me about your most memorable birthday celebration.
It was when I was 19. The reason why it was memorable was because it wasn't so fun. It was the year when I started my university, so I invited my friends from high school and my friends from the university. These two groups sadly had nothing in common, so we all sat in awkward silence. To be honest, that's the birthday I remember the most.
Do you invite a lot of people when you celebrate your birthday?
When I was younger, I did invite a lot of friends, but as I grew older, I lost touch with many of them. Now I don't even celebrate my birthday. The reason why is because I don't have a big group of friends where everybody knows each other. Instead, I have friends who never met each other. I don't want to repeat that birthday I had when I was 19, so now I don't invite anybody.
What kind of gifts do you like receiving for your birthday?
Plane tickets. I never received them for my birthday, but that is the gift I would prefer the most. Besides that, I would like to get something practical. For example, a piece of clothing.
Do you remember the birthdays of your friends and family?
I remember the birthdays of the people who are most important to me. I know the birthdays of my parents and my siblings. And again, when I was younger, I remember the birthdays of my friends. Nobody celebrates them nowadays, so there is no need to remember them. The birthdays of my friends, I mean.
Have you ever given a birthday gift that was handmade?
No, I never did. You can say that I'm lazy because I never gave a handmade gift. I guess I was never creative enough to make one. It's just that it's much easier to buy something instead of wasting a lot of your time to make something that in the end might look bad.
You will have 60 seconds to prepare, and then you will speak for between 60 to 120 seconds. Start speaking now.
The first thing that comes to mind is when my parents bought me and my sisters a computer. I was 8 when it happened, and we were at home when the brand new computer was delivered. I remember that we set it up in our living room. We did that so that all of us could use it. I remember that it was right next to the kitchen. Me and my sisters were standing next to our dad as he was connecting everything that needed to be connected. We were so excited about the whole thing. I must say that it had a huge influence on my life. Because it allowed me to be connected to the world, it helped me learn so many things that were of great use to me. I learned so much about other countries, other ways of looking at the world. It also helped me learn several languages. But even if we removed all of that knowledge, if I wasn't able to use the computer when I was a kid, it would have hampered my ability to be successful in life. We take it for granted, but knowing your way around a computer is really important. For example, everybody in my family used the computer except for my dad. When he needed to learn how to use it for work, it took a lot of time for us to teach him how to use it in a proper way. It prevented him from getting a promotion.
In your opinion, to what extent does our early childhood experience affect us?
To a great extent. I think it influences the vast majority of our behavior later in life. Depending on how we were treated as kids, what kind of experiences we had, I think nothing influences us more than that. We can all probably think about some things from our childhood that still weigh on us to this day.
Do you think that childhood aspirations can have an influence on us later in life?
I think it depends from person to person. I know some people who knew what they were going to be since they were 6. But these people are in the minority. For the rest of us, even though we wanted to be astronauts, singers, athletes, with the passage of time, our desires changed. I know that was the case with me. I wanted to be a great soccer player when I was 6, but I outgrew that by the time I was 8.
In what way can parents stimulate the development of their child?
Well, they can stimulate it a lot and they should be supporting. Parents shouldn't allow their children to do whatever they want, but I think that the parents should always be supportive and understanding no matter what. Whenever the child falls, the parents should be there to pick the kid up.
Do you think that growing up today is different from growing up in the past?
Yes, absolutely yes. The reason why I say that is because we live in the information age. When I was a kid, we were not bombarded with so much information. There was not a need to know a lot of things. Nowadays, children have to process so much. In some ways, this is great because you learn more things, but I think it can burden the kids as well.
What are the most important lessons that you need to learn in early childhood?
You have to learn how to socialize with others. You have to learn how to form friendships. I think this is the most important lesson that you need to learn when you are a kid. Of course, there is that classic thing to learn what is right and what is wrong. You also need to learn to recognize a dangerous situation. For example, you need to learn that you need to run from a fire and not put your hands in the middle of it.